Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome back to our channel Pray and Preach. So in this video we are going to talk about Srivas Pandit and we are going to celebrate his disappearance day today. So Srivas Pandit is one of the tattvas in Panchatattva and we are all familiar that in Kali Yuga he came in the form of Narad Muni 500 years ago, even before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. So he is very senior to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, just like Advaita Acharya is. So we are going to talk about a lot of Leelas and how he has a lot of faith and conviction in the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So starting from his appearance day, Srivas Pandit was born in Kumar Hatta and he was living there, and his wife Malini and himself, they were very close friends with Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Devi. So when Nimai Pandit was born, they were there, and Malini and Sachi Devi, they upbrought Nimai because they were really close friends, and Sachi Devi and Malini, they were both upbringing Nimai, which we know that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was not a sannyasi, we call him Nimai because he was born under the neem tree in Mayapur Dham, Navadip Dham. So that is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu considered them, Srivas Pandit and his wife Malini, as his own parents. I'm going to discuss about a very famous pastime between the Muslim leader Kazi and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So what happened one day is that we all know that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chose his house, Srivas Pandit's house, for this Sankirtan movement to be started. And earlier they were doing Sankirtan in the day at his house. And later Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "Why to sleep at night? We are not going to waste time sleeping." So at night also they started doing Harinam Sankirtan at his house, which is we call as Srivas Angan. So the Brahmanas, the local Brahmanas, they were really not happy with this, and the news got to Kazi. And he, being a Muslim leader, he was very much enraged and he did not like this idea at all. So what happened is that he sent two of his soldiers at Srivas Pandit's house while there was no Sankirtan going on. So when they came, they broke the mridanga. Kazi himself broke the mridanga. And everyone was so terrified and so threatened by this act, because mridanga is the foremost thing to play for a kirtan to be held. And then everyone started praying to Lord Nrsimhadev and everyone was very threatened. But Srivas Pandit had a lot of faith and he was fully convinced that Mahaprabhu is going to rectify the situation. So when Kazi and his two soldiers, they just left, they came across the Ganges, the Ganga river here. And there, at that time, Mahaprabhu, he was seeing the cows there, and he was just so happy seeing the cows that he forgot his incarnation in Kali Yuga and became Gopal, because Gopal loves cow. And he started grazing the cows there and started playing with them. And at that moment, Kazi also crossed from there, and they both looked at each other, but they both ignored each other, just like, I don't care. So this happened, and then after that, Mahaprabhu, he started going to Srivas Angan, and there he was fully in the mood of Gopal. So he knocked and he said that, "I am he who you are worshipping, and it is me who is going to protect you from all the miscreants and will give shelter to you." So this was a very rare time when Mahaprabhu actually shows himself as God, as the Lord, because many a times when people call him that you are the Supreme Lord, you are Vishnu, he shuts his ear like this and he says like, "Vishnu, Vishnu, don't call me like that. You are such an offender. How can I be Vishnu?" So these were the rarest of the times when he told everyone that fear not, it's me who is going to protect you from Kazi, and we are going to have Harinam Sankirtan every day. So from that day onwards, they started going outside for street Harinam Kirtans, and that's what we are following right now in the Srila Prabhupada's movement. I mean, this movement of spreading Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and doing Sankirtan along the streets. Now there's another Leela. So one day Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he called Srivas Pandit in his house and he said that, why do you entertain Nityananda Prabhu? He has no caste, he's just like a avadhut, he has no culture, you don't even know where he's coming from and what is his custom and religion. So why are you entertaining him? It's not worth it. Just forget about him and don't allow him to be under your shelter anymore. So at that time Srivas Pandit was just startled and he was thinking what he's saying. And then Srivas Pandit started glorifying Nityananda Prabhu in a way that it was amazing, and we all should take lessons on the faith a devotee has for the servants of the Lord. So he started speaking like this, that Nityananda Prabhu is someone who is serving you, and if somebody is serving you, he is my Lord. Even if Nityananda Prabhu eats meat and becomes a drunkard, if he is a flesh eater and if he becomes a drunkard, I will still worship his lotus feet, because he worships you and he is your servant. And at that time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started saying Hari Bol, and he was so happy and ecstatic, and he said, you understood who Nityananda Prabhu is and you understood his mood. This has a really deep meaning, that we should never criticize a servant of the Lord. At any cost, if we see someone who is serving the Lord, we should always be grateful for that person, for that devotee, because he's serving the Lord and the Lord is accepting his seva. So if the Lord is accepting someone's seva, who are we to criticize? So we should have this attitude and this mood, that even this devotee who is serving the Lord, even if he becomes a flesh eater or a drunkard, we are still going to obey and just offer our obeisances. So this is a really nice mood to have, and we are going to learn this from Srivas Pandit. Also, tomorrow is his disappearance day, so we all know that in the appearance and the disappearance day, the Vaishnava Janas, they become more merciful. So this is the best time to have a lot of mercy from them, and also to beg and seek forgiveness for all the aparadhas that we have committed, or we are committing, or we commit and we don't know. So these are the days where we can seek forgiveness for our aparadhas. So the next Leela goes like, so Srivas Pandit is such an amazing devotee that Mahaprabhu loved him so much, and his house was a holy abode for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to show all his Leelas. For example, we know as Mahaprakash Leela. So Mahaprakash Leela was also held in Srivas Angan. So when it was being held, the first person Mahaprabhu called was Dukhi. So who is this Dukhi? So Dukhi is one Mataji who used to bring Ganga water in a pot every single day as his daily sadhana for the worship of the deities there. So when Mahaprabhu started calling, call Dukhi right now, call Dukhi. And everyone was confused because nobody knew her, because she was such a menial servant, and she was just bringing the pots of Ganga every single day with a heart full of gratitude and humility, that okay, I'm just going to do my service and not being upfront. So but Srivas Pandit knew, so he called Dukhi, and then Mahaprabhu saw her, and he said that Dukhi, you are not going to be Dukhi anymore. From now on, your name will be Sukhi. So start chanting Hare Krishna. So the moment she started chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, she became ecstatic and she had tears coming from her eyes. And that's the way she got Krishna Prema, just like that. And then Mahaprabhu called tailor. Srivas Pandit's tailor he called, who was Muslim, and he ordered the tailor that start chanting loudly the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So devoid of any sadhana or anything, he was a Muslim. Mahaprabhu gave his mercy to him. Why? Because he was serving the pure devotee, Srivas Pandit, in some or the other way. And that's why he got the special mercy of Nimai, of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he got ecstatic and he attained Krishna Prema there and then. And then Mahaprabhu called the Narayani. She was a 4-year-old niece, and she, Narayani was just like a child, and she was just roaming around. And Mahaprabhu called and gave her the chewed betel nut from his lotus mouth. Chewed betel nut, pan. He just gave her, and he said that Narayani, just start chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and cry in ecstasy. And that moment, 4-year-old girl, a niece, she started chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and she became ecstatic. So like this, Mahaprabhu was giving mercy in the Prakash Leela at Srivas Angan. So that's why Srivas Angan is so important in our Gauriya Sampradaya, and we should always hanker to go and visit there, because there is Mahaprabhu's the most intimate pastimes that has occurred. So while in the Prakash Leela, there was an austere brahmachari, and he used to only eat milk, fruits, and nothing grains, and he was very austere. So Srivas Pandit, he said that there is this brahmachari, and please give him your mercy, and he has been doing austerity since so long, and he really needs your mercy, and he is the perfect candidate for your mercy. The Mahaprabhu said, do you think that my mercy can be attained by austerity? My mercy can be attained by drinking milk and eating fruits? My mercy can only be attained by a devotee who serves my pure devotee and who is in any way connected to a pure devotee of me. That's the only way a devotee can get my mercy. So here Mahaprabhu is telling about a very important secret that we should all understand, that Krishna's mercy, Mahaprabhu's mercy especially, cannot be attained by anything austere. Like, you can have nirjala vratas, but if you are proud of it and if you have not attained this attitude of humility, you will never attain Mahaprabhu's mercy. And just by menially serving a pure devotee, you can easily attain. Krishna and Mahaprabhu, they just get sold to a devotee who is serving the devotee of the Lord. So this is a very important topic, and Mahaprabhu himself is giving out the secret of his mercy. So this austere brahmachari, he did not even defend himself or tried to prove his point that, oh, but I came all the way here and I have been doing this austerity since so long, and how can you just disrespect me and just leave me like that? I need your mercy and I should get your mercy. He did not say anything like that. He just left the place. So while he was going out, he was in his heart feeling such a humility. In a humility, he was talking to himself and he was telling him that I do not deserve to be in Mahaprabhu's association and to hear this divine Harinam, even for a moment, according to Mahaprabhu. But I got to hear this. So I'm really grateful and I'm really fortunate. And he was extremely happy and very ecstatic. And at that moment, Mahaprabhu told Srivas Pandit, call him back. And then that brahmachari came back and he also got the mercy of Mahaprabhu and started dancing in ecstasy. So this humility is the most important thing in bhakti, especially in Mahaprabhu's movement. Because we cannot attain and make Krishna happy in this life, because it's quite hard, and we know from so many devotees that how Krishna tricks you. But Mahaprabhu's mercy has no limit actually. Mahaprabhu's mercy has no limit, and and it can be easily attained by anyone if the mood is humble and if the pure devotees are being served, and then it becomes very easy. While the Mahaprakash Leela was still on, Srivas Pandit told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to please bring your mother and bless him also, bless her also. But then Mahaprabhu said that no, I will never bless my mother. She is an offender to an amazing devotee called Advaitacharya. And everyone was thinking that how did she offend Advaitacharya, because Advaitacharya is like always respectful towards Mother Sachi. But then Mother Sachi, what happened actually is that when Mahaprabhu and his elder brother also, they both took sannyas, then Mother Sachi was condemning, and she was just not happy with the fact that Advaitacharya used to kind of told them both to take sannyas. So she was always thinking in her head that okay, he is the culprit and he is the reason for my two sons to take sannyas, and neither of the two sons are with me right now. So she was in her head and in her heart, she was just fully convinced that Advaitacharya is the culprit. So this way she offended him, and so everyone told her that the only reason Mahaprabhu can be happy from you now is if you take the foot test of Advaitacharya. And Advaitacharya, when he heard this, he was so shy and he was so embarrassed that how can Mother Sachi, the mother of the Lord himself, can take my foot test? At that time, one time, somebody started chanting Gaura, Gauranga, Gauranga, so he became ecstatic. Advaitacharya became ecstatic, and at that time when he was jumping in ecstasy, Mother Sachi, very cunningly, she bowed down and took the foot dust and put her on her head. So Mahaprabhu then also was pleased, and he gave the Krishna Prema, the mercy, to his mother, Sachi. Now we are going to talk about a full of humility nature of Srivas Pandit. And we know from Srimad Bhagavatam and from various other scriptures and from devotees themselves that even if a Vaishnava is criticized, ridiculed, neglected, rejected, even killed, cursed, he never avenges himself. So one incident took place outside the house of Srivas Pandit, and Gopal Chapal, he was very enraged of the fact that I am not being involved inside the Harinam Sankirtan happening every single day in Srivas Pandit's house. So he was not happy with this fact. So one day, in jealousy, he took the eggs, the milk, and the bones, and the form of goddess Durga, and he put it outside Srivas Angan. And he was telling everyone, look what Srivas Pandit is doing inside the house. He's doing all these things. And Srivas Pandit, he came outside and he completely accepted that, okay. He did not defend it himself. He said, yes, this is me. This is my reality. And I have been doing this. And I'm just a show off of pretending to be doing Harinam and being with the Lord. This is my reality and I have been doing this. Thanks for exposing it. This was his attitude. He did not defend himself. He did not got scared. He was completely okay, because he knew that Krishna himself, he knows him, and he doesn't want to please anyone or everyone. Krishna in the heart knows who is he. At that time, Gopal Chapal, he left the place, and all of a sudden he started getting leprosy. And leprosy in that time was not curable. And it was like, you got leprosy and you have to die now. So when he got leprosy, he was so devastated, and he went to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he prayed and he said that, please improve my condition. I don't know what offense I have done, and I don't know, you are the Lord, please help me out. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I will never cure you. You will die in hell and burn in hell. I will never cure you. So why Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that? because he is an offender of a pure devotee. And then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, until and unless you go and seek forgiveness from Srivas Pandit, you will never be cured. So all this time he was not able to go because of so many obvious reasons, because he was embarrassed, and second, his ego is also there. But then he ultimately went to Srivas Pandit. And Srivas Pandit was not like, oh, finally you came. He was so humble, and he said that it's okay, I completely forgave you, and don't worry, you will be cured. By hearing his words, his leprosy was cured. So these are the amazing, beautiful pastimes, and how Srivas Pandit was so glorious as a devotee. And one day, while being inside the kirtan in the Srivas Angan, Mahaprabhu said he's not feeling ecstasy. And the reason why he was not feeling ecstasy was that Srivas Pandit's own son died. And everyone was weeping inside. His mother, he was weeping inside the room. And Srivas Pandit was going and coming from. He was telling, don't make noise, don't make noise. Mahaprabhu's kirtan is going to get disturbed. Just keep quiet, keep your sounds low, don't cry, don't cry. So he was doing that. And when he came, then Mahaprabhu stopped the kirtan. He said, what happened, Srivas? What happened? And Srivas said, nothing, Lord, nothing happened. Please continue the kirtan. Then again Mahaprabhu insisted, and he said, nothing happened. And then again Mahaprabhu said, Srivas, tell me now. And then Srivas Pandit said that my son died, and he was very fine with that while he spoke. We are not going to go in the details of this pastime, but here we can understand that a devotee who is serving the Lord only thinks of the Lord's pleasure. And the Lord, being the super soul in the heart, understands each and every situation of a devotee. So this is an amazing attitude we can hanker for, that even if the whole world is burning, we do not leave our japa at least. And in all the dualities of life, we are able to chant our 16 hours and follow the 4 regulative principles, which can be hard at times, but Srivas Pandit can leave his son dead in the room, but still be a part of Harinam Sankirtan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Srivas Pandit, Srivas Pandit, I don't see you working, and how do you manage your finances? I never see you working, and you are always just at home and just doing bhajan. So what is the time? How are you managing your finances? What are you eating, and how is it you're maintaining your family? And then Srivas Pandit said, I clap 3 times. I clap 3 times, and in these 3 claps, if I do not get my daily food, my daily bread, then I every time I get, but if I don't get, I will just go and suicide in the Ganges. This was his conviction. And Mahaprabhu said, even the Lakshmi Devi can be starving at one time, but you will never be starving, and you will always have all the resources that is required. So this was the benediction that Mahaprabhu gave, and such an amazing example he gave, that even the Lakshmi Devi, the goddess of fortune, she can be devoid of all her wealth, but never you. So the last amazing point that I wanted to share now is that when Mahaprabhu decided to take sannyas, actually this topic, this pastime will tell you how Srivas Pandit was so dear to Gaur-Nitai, and how Srivas Pandit is such a glorious devotee of the Lord that he himself never wants to be outside of his association. So while Mahaprabhu was preparing to take sannyas, and he made his mind that, okay, now I have to take sannyas, because in this way all the offenders will be not offending me because of the varnashram sannyas, and I will be able to be respected by everyone. So this way they can indirectly take my blessings and they will not be offending. So at that time when he was thinking like that, on the other hand he thought that I will not be having association of Srivas Pandit and Srivas Angan. And he was so sad and he started thinking so deeply, and he was thinking that all these times we were having kirtan together and we were so ecstatic and we were singing the holy name and doing sankirtan on the street. I will not be able to have Srivas Pandit's association now. So this thing proves that how dear a devotee becomes to the Lord, that the Lord himself cannot be away from a devotee. All glories to Srivas Pandit, and today is a disappearance day, and we can all pray and seek mercy of Srivas Pandit, that please, just like you are introducing all the devotees who are there with you to Mahaprabhu, we also want to be connected with you and with this parampara and with this Harinam movement, Sankirtan movement, that we also can come together and just get Mahaprabhu's mercy and get the Krishna Prem one day. So, Hare Krishna to everyone, and Itai Gaur Premanande, Hari Bol, Jai Vrindavan Dham, Jai Mayapur Dham, Jagannath Kshetra, Puri Dham Ki Jai, Hare Krishna.